Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Monique from Special Occasions by Design, and today we're going to walk through this Candyland themed baby shower. Now, I generally do not get any footage of the before, but thanks to my friend Amira, we were able to capture this inside of the church where we're going to do some setup. Now, before any day of setup actually occurs, we do a lot of behind the scenes prep. Here you can see my assistant and I painting the gummy bear foam pieces that we got from Amazon, and I'll link that in the description section below. We painted them in several colors using simple acrylic paint that we grabbed from Michael's and paintbrushes. Now, each teddy bear, depending on the color, took about 2 to 3 coats. We made sure that after we painted the first coat that we made it dry first before applying the next. Now, in addition to this, you'll see in our video that we have some additional homemade pieces, which are, or they include another Candyland gummy bear piece that's made from a foam board, and we also included a giant lollipop or popsicle that my daughter made, and then some lollipop pieces made from pool noodles. Now, here is the actual setup day. We used a team of 3 and we had 3 hours to complete this setup. It was set for 70 people. Each round table, 60 feet, 5 feet wide, 60 inches, was set for 10. We had some rectangular tables, and it was a pretty large space, so we had to fully set out the tables and the focal pieces to make sure that everything was represented here. Now, we did not customize the backdrops. We simply printed them from backdrop and from Amazon. And as far as height and width here, this backdrop, I believe, was either 8 or 9 feet tall and 10 feet wide. Attaching to this, I am using balloons that are Tuftex brand and shades from some shades of purple through pink, orange, yellow, teal, and turquoise is what I added here just to complement the theme. It was mostly of a very bright, vibrant pastel color. Now, the tablecloth itself, we went with pink, light pink, and I'm actually reusing a tablecloth that I posted, or a table cover that I posted in one of my first videos. And it was made from felt, and I simply cut out the shapes in it to make it look like ice cream drops. Now here, this is my first time actually trying to make ice cream cones, and I did this with putting it on my normal balloon column stand and just inverting here and going from small balloons all the way up to larger balloons. Each size of the balloons increased by a few inches as I went up, and then the garland around was made from 5-inch balloons in the same color as the topper. The topper was between 17 to 24 inches. Now, the tables themselves were 8 feet tall, or 8 feet long rather, and also featured pink tablecloths. Now, we had 3 backdrops set up here. The first you saw was going to be placed behind the mother and father to be. The second one was the one added for the dessert table. Now, it is kind of tricky when you are choosing backdrops from Amazon to complement a theme, trying to get something that is not entirely all the same, but still close enough that it matches. These backdrops do not come with a pole insert, and I use tape that I get from U-Haul. It's a brown paper tape. I think that tape sticks the best. I've never had it fall off after being attached, and I pull it across. A couple of things to note: that the backdrops do come folded, and it is very hard to get the wrinkles out. You can try steaming it, but I've never really had any luck with that. If you pull it pretty tightly though, it can get the wrinkles out. This one was pretty hard for me to try to get it fully extended and out. So you do see a few folds in there. But just so you know, it is possible to get the wrinkles out of these bat drops. Now to attach the balloons itself to the bat drop stand or the pipe and drape stand, I simply use the 260 balloons and attach it there. Now, one of my very big pet peeves is actually seeing the poles after the bat drop is attached to the stand. So I generally bring with me some theme colored curtains, and I get the curtains also from either eBay or Amazon, and I simply push them into the top of the poles just to cover it up. Now here you see me add in on the table just a variety of dessert stands. Each one we cleaned and added to the table. The overall setup of the dessert table was done by the baker herself, and she'll come in here and set that up, and closer to the end of the video I'll show you a highlight of what that actually looks like. Now the balloons are not done here. I have simply added just the base for both of the focal areas, the dessert table and behind the parents to be. I will go in and then add more detailed balloons, and you can do so by adding 5-inch balloons or add in some bigger size balloons. My balloon garland itself is inflated with 11-inch and 17-inch balloons, and each balloon section is tied into quads, and then I attach those each in different colors. So when I fill this in, I actually will only fill this in with 5-inch balloons. Now I grabbed the stands from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, AC Moore, pretty much anywhere that sells stands, including the Dollar Tree. And this is the look that we have here. I always bring gloves so the person handling the food can use them. This is the welcome sign with the balloon garland. And then these are the centerpieces that we used. A lot of it was recycled from the last party that I did, but you'll see here that I added in some balloon aspects, and those gummy bears that we painted are sitting on top of simple boxes that I printed out on a regular sheet of paper, the Candyland image, and just pasted that on. Now this is the focal point area where once you enter the room you're able to see, filled with the desserts here. I think these came out very well. It wasn't so much that it was distasteful. I think it was a perfect mix of treats, especially because it was for 70 guests. Now you can see, as I said, it was set up for 70 guests. A mixture of tables. We did a mixture of colors of the napkins, but this is it. Please let me know what you think about this setup. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll answer them as I get to it. Thanks for watching.